Okay, so this video is about the challenge, what each challenge that we sell would include, we would give or have to either do or give. So the sales page is our sales page. I don't think we're including a sales page for them, but we'll include more of a sheet. I think in the future, if they ask for it, we'll think about it as an add-on because that would take a lot of time. So this is our sales page to sell the challenge. So it would go over like the problem and how buying the challenge solves a problem for them. I'm thinking a freebie bonus of how to outreach on social media to invite those to your challenge. Um, so I know that in the interview I did on Friday, the Jake guy, all he did was sort of like, I don't know if Kendra, you were here when we had made like outreach to people on Instagram. So, and just invite them to come to the gym, but we would just include a freebie instead on how to invite people to be on your challenge on Instagram by just searching hashtags. So I think that's one bonus we would include. And then we'd always have a couple of the same bonuses to help people know how to run a challenge, like the Instagram, messaging, and like maybe easy how to for promoted posts. How to set up text emails and how to keep your challenge under a certain price point. And then directions. Oh, right. So I think what we would do, Kenjo, is we'd create the directions, and one of the things would be like certain phrases that they may replace based off of the type of business they run. We'll keep the terminology the same so they can just do control find and replace. So, like some people just do boot camp classes and they don't do personal training, or they don't do classes and they only do personal training. So, because we're going to try to do a lot of call to actions and like, hey, well, make sure to sign up for blank blank, we'll have to make sure we're consistent so it's easy for them to find and replace that. And almost to the point of either A, we number and we know where all the call to actions are, and we even know the total so that they can cross check that they've replaced all of the same number of call to action wordings. I think that'll solve the problem where people will say like, well, I don't have personal training. Then of course we have the manual, and then I was just starting to write out what I would include in this one. Then we have the recipes. I think I'm going to come up with some type of calculator for the recipes. I have to think through that. Then the meal plan, which would be based off of the recipes, swap guide, which would probably be reused every time for the most part, grocery list, key program goals, right? We'd always have like a sheet that's the key program goals for the challenge, like what are the key principles in this challenge, whether it's like only eat before 4, or like some of them are just eat green, so there's usually key guidelines. And then we'll have in some sales scripts, which I'm working on and writing and thinking through. And of course the print marketing, once I create the core graphics, prizes that we would give away. So I think the thing about the challenge is that before we didn't do like a big prize giveaway, like for the winner. And that's what I think is we missed out. We always have to include a big like wow prize. So I think that we need to explain to the people with the challenge on what type of prize and how they'll get the money for it, whether it's from the challenge entrance or what. But it has to be a big prize, like between $500 to like $1,000, whoever wins it. And like we have to always have a competition aspect for the challenge, because I think that keeps it exciting and people engaged. So that's kind of the new format for our challenges, in that before we just kind of had, okay, this is it, but we never really had we had some competitions for the 21 day, but like what I'm saying is we'll always have some competition aspect, and then always have a weekly community building aspect with like my suggestion that we'll do is a week that we'll just recommend them to do a weekly workshop via Facebook, because most of the time not everyone can make it, and it's just too much work for the trainer. So they just tell them to do a 30-minute workshop, every Sunday at 9 p.m. So I think we have to create the workshop, or like, explain to them what workshops they can do, and maybe include notes of how to run that workshop. So it's a decent amount of work, but it'll be okay. We'll probably all base it off around the manual anyways, because people don't always read it. And then promotion, we need to create promotions for the trainer, 2 weeks of promotional posts with a spot for their face, and then workshop webinar about what it's all about, and how to do to try to convert people. Actually, the workshop should have a giveaway also to get people showing up to the webinar, or the in-person workshop. Yeah, that's what I learned from J.R. Spear, is to like give away something big to get people to show up. And then a social media giveaway. So I have to think about how we would recommend them to do that. But the social media giveaway is like almost like how we did one where people just didn't have to join. They just opted into the giveaway by something on the Facebook page. I keep thinking Facebook, but I think I need to integrate Instagram more. And then the 5 email countdown, like just, okay, the challenge is going to start. Have you joined? 3 to 5 emails. I'm not sure. We may not, contest competition aspect. So this is the contest competition, and there's basically maybe 3 ways for people to earn points. So like in a regular weight loss challenge, it might be, I think, one aspect should be results, like how much either weight you lost or body fat you lost, and then one aspect could be how many times you showed up, and then one aspect could be like nutrition. So what I want to do for this one, since nutrition generally in our challenges is the biggest focus, because that's not what the trainers can provide, I think what we'll do is we're going to give them points for eating immunity boosting foods every day. And the way to get the points is they're going to have to post it on the post it on Instagram or post it on Facebook, and then hashtag the, I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so I'll probably need to think through that, but which platform, but post on Instagram or Facebook and hashtag the handle for their challenge, and then take a picture of themselves after their workout, and post it and stuff. I guess this one would be, I'll have to think about that if they have to take the photo. And then the goals are to increase sales for the trainer, to increase new memberships, before and after photos, testimonials, referrals. So I guess whenever we're making the challenge, we also have to ask ourselves if we feel like any content we're creating is leading to that, like versus like if we just create a post for the challenge, that's great, but the post needs to drive sales. So we would need the post to say call to action, click here if you're interested, click here to message me, something like that. And I'll think through it. All right. This was just how we promote the challenge. Oh, I think I just pasted it twice for some reason. Okay. Oh, I know. This was the template. Okay. All right. So, well, I know that, so that's what I worked on over the weekend, and, I know CV mentioned that the transcriptionist can't start until the 27th, so that really kind of delays us, regarding launching the podcast. But I just we'll have to work around it. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me?
Can't hear Christy.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now, Christy.
Okay. Got it. Where did you guys lose me?
I can't see the screenshot, the screen share anymore, but it was in the, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, oh wow.
Referrals.
Got it. Okay. All right, cool. All right, that's not too bad. So, what I guess I was saying is, this was just a template because we're gonna basically include the same things in every challenge, in different forms. So I'm gonna just continue writing and working on all of this and thinking through the things I mentioned. So I think I should stop this.